friends, this is Small Business Saturday. It is the Saturday after Thanksgiving where a lot of the small businesses, at least in our area, I think it's countrywide, but at least in our area, they do a lot of promotions and different things to get business into their stores. And I love to go and patronize small businesses. Well, there's one store in particular in the town nearby that has a big open house on Small Business Saturday, and it's called the Kitchen Store. And as you might imagine, it has all kinds of kitchen gadgets in the store, and baking mixes and spices and coffee and all kinds of really fun stuff. And they have a big open house, and they have all these samples of food to try and just all kinds of really fun stuff. So Olivia and I went and had a great day, and we went to 4 different small businesses and picked up some things. Now, I'm in my bedroom filming this, so if the lighting is off a little bit, I apologize, but my poor husband Scott is really quite under the weather. He started getting sick on Wednesday, the day before Thanksgiving, and he's still really not doing well at all. So he's out in the living room watching a movie. So if you could remember him, I would appreciate it. It's just a bad cold. I don't know what the difference between a cold and the flu is, but whatever it is, he is really not feeling well. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and show you what I picked up at the 4 small businesses that we went to today. And we'll start with the Kitchen Store, since I already explained to you what that store is. Now, when we got to the store, there was a table set up outside, and it said, pick a basket. And so I picked up, and they were gorgeous, these beautiful wicker baskets, and they had them all in varying sizes. And so this was like the first one on the table, so I just picked it, and I wasn't sure if it was just to be used as like a shopping basket or what it was, but it was actually a free gift. They let us take this for free, and so thought that was just awesome. I really don't know what I'm going to do with this basket. It's really large, but it's beautiful, and it was free. I was really excited to get that. And so then I picked up some items. This was an item that they had sampled, and it tasted so delicious. And my husband Scott was just saying he wished he had some sour cherry jam, and they had it there at the Kitchen Store, and it's just delicious. It's just absolutely delicious. So I picked that up. And then another thing they had sampled, and I tasted it right as we were leaving, and when we were standing in line, the checkout line, I'm like, oh, I've got to go get that. It was just so good. And it was coffee. And this is white chocolate raspberry. Now, it is the whole bean, but I do have a coffee grinder. But this was so delicious. They didn't have any creamer that I could drink. All they had was dairy creamer, so I just put some sugar in it, and Pepper's getting in the bag, smelling stuff. Stay out of there. And it was so good, just with sugar, no cream. And I thought, oh, this is delicious, delicious coffee. So I had to pick some of that up. And then the main thing I went into the store looking for were some coasters for Christmas. I didn't have any Christmas themed coasters, and I do like to keep coasters out, especially in the living room, because that's where we sit usually to drink our coffee in the mornings. And so I found these. There are 4 of them in the package, and they're cork backed. Hey, get your nosy nose out of there. Pepper's sniffing the bag. But yeah, I thought those were really, really nice, and they can be used even after Christmas. They're not exclusively Christmas. And then I'll show you what Pepper's sniffing her little nose about. Also in the checkout lane, they had some of these old-fashioned caramels, and Olivia asked if she could get a couple, and this one is chocolate, and then this one is butter rum. And then the last thing Olivia asked if she could get, and it was only $1, so I said sure, was some beeswax. I asked her, what in the world do you want beeswax for? And she said, oh, to make lip balms and things. I'm like, oh, all right. And then the next item I picked up was, this sounded so interesting to me. It's a soap dispenser and brush set. And the thing is, it's ceramic, and you put dish soap in the bottom of here, and then you just push down and it loads the brush with soap, and then you can scrub your dishes or pots and pans or whatever. So I just thought that was really neat. And then I just noticed in the bottom of the bag some other free things that they stuck in there. They stuck in some different teas. This one is pumpkin spice, Christmas in Paris, another Christmas in Paris, Christmas morning, and Christmas Eve. Wow, that was really nice. I just noticed that when I was pulling stuff out of the bag. So those are things I picked up at the kitchen store. Oops, sorry, baby. I'm just going to Pepper. Then the next store we went to, I've talked about this store numerous times. It's called Shannons Attic, and it's kind of like a antique store slash thrift store. And Olivia and I were talking about it, and it's like, well, it's called Shannons Attic, and not everything that you would find in an attic is necessarily old. They have collectibles and all kinds of stuff in there, and I've picked up some really cool stuff. Now, two of the items I'm not going to show you today because they are going to be part of the $5 Goodwill Challenge Christmas edition, which will be published. I'll be publishing that video on December 4th, so keep an eye out for that video. So I'm not going to show you what I picked up for that challenge today, but I will show you the other items that I picked up. Some of these things are Olivia's. She wanted this little wooden box, and it was only $2, and she's going to clean it up and do a different picture. She's going to paint a little picture to put in there, and she made a necklace for her cousin for Christmas, and she's going to put the necklace inside of here and give her cousin this little box as a Christmas gift. She also chose a couple of these 45s for her record player. They're in pretty bad shape. They're pretty dirty and pretty scratched, but she wanted to try those out, and they were, you know, not very much money, so I'm like, all right, you can give them a try. Now, this next item was a set, and it was a 6-piece set for $5, and I can't use it this year, and I'll show you why, but I'm going to save it, and I will use it next year. I saw it, it's for Thanksgiving, it's for the Thanksgiving table, and I saw it in that store before Thanksgiving this year, and I didn't look to see how much it was. I figured it was way more expensive than I could afford. It was actually only $5 for this 6-piece set, and this, it's got 2 candle holders. Candles are bright orange, and they have turkeys around them. I just thought that was so cute. And like I said, I was looking at them before Thanksgiving this year, but I didn't look at the price because I just assumed it'd be too expensive. And then it also came with these 2, and I'm not exactly sure what these are. It's got this little turkey. I don't know if it's like a salt. I'm not really sure. Oh, I think it's sugar, and this is a cream. Now, I won't use it for that. I'll just use it for decoration. But yeah, this is the cream, and this is the sugar. And I just thought those were so interesting. And let me read at the bottom if I can where they're from and all that good stuff. My eyes are terrible close up. It just says imports UNESCO Japan on the bottom. But I just thought those were so cool. I'll put them in my china cabinet downstairs, and next Christmas or next Thanksgiving I will have another set to make a pretty tablescape with. So the last item that I picked up from Shannons Attic was this picture. I know exactly where I'm going to put it. I'm not going to be able to hang it up until after Christmas because I have something else hanging, a Christmas item hanging in that spot right now. But after Christmas, I'm going to be hanging this on my wall upstairs here. I have a thing for barns. And this is hand painted. And I love the old frame. I don't think I'll need to do a thing to this except maybe condition the wood on the frame and just kind of wipe the picture. I don't know how to clean oil paintings, so I don't want to mess it up. But yeah, this was only, I don't know if I already said, but this was only $5 for this. Okay, so that's everything we picked up at Shannons Attic. Now the next store we went to was in another town, and it was an antique store, and it was called Born in a Barn, and it was truly just antiques. In fact, a lot of the things in that store were pretty high priced, but there were a couple of items that I found that I just fell in love with and I couldn't pass up, and the price was pretty good. This is for my vintage room downstairs. I picked up some cast iron toys. I don't know if I can show you this very easily, but this is a stagecoach. Let's see if I can, there we go. Stagecoach. And it's cast iron, so it's heavy. And then it's got the little driver that sits on the seat. And I'll show you when I get done at the end of this video, I'll show you where I put these downstairs. So here is the other one that I picked up. Like a Surrey wagon, or I don't know if it's just called a Surrey, I don't know. But the lady who owns the shop, she didn't know if these were like really old from, I don't know, the 50s or younger, or even earlier, or if they were reproductions. She said they had done reproductions in the 70s, so they didn't know, and so they didn't charge for like the really, really old price. They charged as if they were reproductions. And so the price was really excellent on these, and I don't care if they're reproductions or not, and actually if they are from the 70s, that's still not exactly new. You know, the 70s was almost 50 years ago already, so yeah. And then Olivia, she wanted, and it was only $1, this old-fashioned perfume bottle. Still got the perfume in it. I'm sure she won't use the perfume, but it's from Paris, France. And then the last thing I picked up from the antique store, I looked at it and looked at it and looked at it and put it back and picked it up and put it back, and it was $5, and they had everything in the store was 20% off, so you do the math. I have a love of the Pillsbury Doughboy, and I don't remember if I ever told this story before, but when I was a little girl, I mean really little, like 3 or 4, I would see the Pillsbury Doughboy commercial on the TV where they would poke his belly and he'd giggle, and I just thought that was the cutest thing ever. And that year for Christmas, my mom and dad got me a little Pillsbury Doughboy toy. I still have it. It's in my knick-knack cabinet, and it was in my stocking, and I pulled it out and I poked its tummy thinking it would giggle. and come to life. And it didn't, obviously, because it was just a toy. And I just remember thinking it was so adorably cute and then being really disappointed when it didn't giggle. But I still have it and I still love it, and I still have that vivid memory of when I was a child. But anyway, they had these, I'll just pull them out, Pillsbury Doughboy lights. So cute. And there's like, I don't know how many of them are in the bag, but I'm going to find a really cute spot for them, probably in my kitchen. I don't know. I'm not sure where I'm going to hang these, but I just thought I can't pass those up. I'll kick myself if I don't pick those up. So that's everything I picked up at Born in a Barn. And then the last stop we made was at Hensler's Christmas Tree Farm. Now, Hensler's Christmas Tree Farm is about 4 miles from our house, and it is just what the title says. It's a Christmas tree farm. We have Christmas tree, like acres and acres of Christmas trees growing all around us. And Hensler's, the Thanksgiving weekend, Friday, Saturday, Sunday after Thanksgiving, they have huge Christmas, I don't remember what they call it, Christmas festival? I'm not sure. But it's really, really packed and busy there because that's when most people come to get their Christmas tree. And so we drove right past Hensler's when we went to Born in a Barn. And so we're like, let's stop. We haven't stopped in several years. Years ago, before we had kids, that's where we would go to get our Christmas tree when we used to do real trees. But we haven't done real trees in, 20 years almost. But we would still go back to Hensler's just to look around because they have a wreath barn where you can buy wreaths. And they have another Christmas shop where you can get ornaments. And they have wagon rides and popcorn and animals. They had donkeys. I love donkeys. I got to pet a donkey. Oh, my heart just melted. I want a donkey so bad. And they have reindeer, and it's just a really, really cool place. And so we're like, sure, let's stop. So we stopped, and of course I found a couple of ornaments for my tree. I don't need any more ornaments, but I'm addicted to ornaments. Now, my tree downstairs this year, I'm doing the theme of cardinals, and I'm going to do a tour of my tree eventually, and I'll show it to you. But it's pretty much all decorated in red, gold, and cardinals this year. So I saw this ornament, and I just couldn't pass it up. It's glass, and it's got like sparkles on the back, and it's very large. Like, here's my hand. And it was $6. So I thought that was a really good price. And then the last thing I bought was a splurge. I'm telling you, I didn't go crazy. It wasn't like really a crazy expensive, but it was a little bit higher than I would normally have paid. But I couldn't pass it up. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, you guys, when you see this. It's a Christmas tree topper for my tree. And Michelle in Canada, you're going to love this. Look at that. See, and it's got the little spring where you set it on the top of the tree. Yeah, I looked at it and walked away, and Olivia's like, Mom, you don't really need that. And then I went back and I'm like, oh, I have to get it. I have to get it. So I picked up this owl. Alright friends, that is my haul for Small Business Saturday, and we did promote our small businesses, but I did budget for it, so I don't feel too bad about spending the money, and we really didn't spend all that much, really. Thanks a lot for watching, friends. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a big thumbs up and keep watching because I've got lots of videos planned for December. Lots of haul videos, unboxing videos, home tour videos, and like I said, the $5 Goodwill Challenge is coming up really soon. So keep watching. Talk to you later. Bye-bye. So here's where I have the cast iron toys sitting. It's down here in my vintage room. I'm starting to get it decorated for Christmas, but I will be doing a tour of that later, and I don't have that finished yet. But yeah, that's where I have them sitting.